Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about sides versus fight through defense, which one's better for you, which one's better in general. So I hope you enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this one to 2,000 likes in the first 24 hours. So like I said, the topic of this video today is to talk about whether or not this is the best defense for you or how good it is just in general. So the difference between sides and front back is obviously the pick and roll aspect. So we're not talking ISO defense, we're not talking rotations or anything like that. It's literally just the two-man game. We're not talking anything to do with the corner defense. There's two people. We're deciding whether you want to play sides and give up the backside or play front back and give up potential threes off screens. So for the lineups, I got my boy Kitchen at the 1 on his 6'5 PLAYSHARP. Dope is at the 2 with his 6'6 two-way sharp, and then I'm at the 3 with my pure lock. So another great thing about whether or not you want to play sides, defense, or front back is going to be very dependent on your lineup. So me and Dope, we're very similar in height, 6'6" and 6'7". Both have really good defensive rebounding attributes. Both have great block attributes. And then for other teams, you're generally going to see a lock around 6'5" and a big man around 6'10" to 6'9". That's become what seems to be the meta for everybody else this year. But obviously, we like to be a little bit different and run a different lineup. A lot of people call what we do invalid when it comes to this stage stuff. They say that they don't want to play against it because it's unfair, I guess. But I'm here to set y'all up for the best potential as far as what you can run. So anyway, playmaking shot creator at the 1, they got 97 overall on their team as well. 3-level scorer at the 2, so I believe that's a two-way sharp. And then they got the glass finisher at the 3. So pretty much they have an inside big man that has some defense to his game. I don't know if it's a red-blue pie chart or if it's a pure red. I'm guessing with slash takeover like that, it's going to be the blue-red. And then like I said, at their lock spot, they have the two-way sharp most likely. So pretty much this lineup right here, just in general, I'm not a big fan of it. They pretty much have double bigs. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you definitely need to be smaller than that when it comes to what you're bringing in at the 2. And that whole two-way sharp at 6'8", it looks like, or even maybe 6'9", it's not the move. Height is not the best thing to have in this game, to be completely honest with you guys. And you can see on the very first possession we had on defense, sides goes to show that we were just over here killing it. Like, Dope played the backside, got the interception really well. And you're gonna see we're running sides all game. There's probably one entire possession where I'm fighting through screens and I'm on the front side and Dope's on the back, but you're gonna see the rotations and the passing off between us two is elite. So you're gonna see big man rolls, I'm there for the passing lanes, he shoots the contested mid, that's just not there. Flat out, it's not there. And having to fight through the screens all day, and if Dope were responsible for both sides, if he goes left or right and I'm on the backside, it becomes that much harder on Dope to play defense. And look at this dude's dribble chain right here. To fight through screens and not have any help from the backside, or if you did have help from the backside and he's super slow and can't really do anything for you, that sounds awful. But look at us just passing it off between each other. Boom, he runs to my side, Dope drops back to the backside. I jump out to contest him, get the shooting foul, but either way, that was perfect defense. And granted, I want to explain to you guys too, like I was saying, you would think, why is he not just slipping through and like getting the easy 2s? I want you to understand sides is easily run against bigs who don't really know what they're doing. Those who do know what they're doing, like myself and anybody who, you know, follows my channel and knows what I be talking about with these slips and stuff like that. And we'll get to that later in the year, probably like literally within 2 days or something like that. But we'll talk about the offensive end against sides and whatnot. But like I said, I just look at us patching this stuff up and it's just locked. Everything is locked. And like I said, I always want to come back to the point that I've been talking about here with the whole, not the highest IQ bigs are very easy to run this stuff against. So just keep in mind when you're debating whether or not you want to play sides defense or not, just, I say give it a go. And if they start beating you on the slips and you're down by a lot, you can't give up free easy 2s. But this sides defense is great to do, especially if you're winning by a lot. Like the fact that we're up 8-0 right now, this is pretty much a guaranteed dub as long as we keep them away from threes and just limit their scoring just in general. And for those wondering maybe how you can counter sides defense, I'm gonna explain it like this. This point guard needs to dictate which person he wants to ISO amongst us two. Or, like I said, his big man just flat out needs to be better at taking these slips. But what you can do as a point guard is you can move to whichever side of the screen that you want for the person to guard you. Now the problem is we're both great perimeter defenders. Dope, like I said, is a 6'6 two-way sharp. I'm a 6'7 pure lock, so you really don't want any problems with me. I'm gonna be real with you. So he puts me in the ISO. Nothing's really there. Flat out, like, you know, it's just great defense all around. The mobility and perimeter defense from all of us is just ridiculous, but this is the problem that you give up by playing sides sometimes. Rebounding position is not the easiest thing to always have, as well as giving up the slips is a problem too. So pretty much the struggle you're going to have with the sides defense is going to be bigs may dominate you in a certain way where you don't have easy positioning on rebounds, but another pro to my build is definitely the mobility that we've talked about in the past and stuff like that. Now, this right here is one of the downsides to front back defense as well. This is the beauty of my build too. If I see anybody who's somewhat big, like around 6'9" to 6'10", hedging a little bit too high, I have literally 95 speed, bro. So pretty much I see him hedging, I'm going to the weak side where there's no corner spot up, so I'm curling it off for the lob, whereas if I went to the other side on the left and we set the pick and roll up the other way around, I'd have that corner spot up who's definitely gonna have the ability to bump me and stuff like that. But the angle that I ran this at and the fact that I saw him hedging too high equals super easy lob angle, and just like that, you're gonna beat anybody on the backside who has super low speed. Like flat out, bro, front back is very hard to play, and when it comes to this competitive stage stuff. And look at this right here. This is perfect display of sides defense. So great transitions right here. You can see as soon as the big even thinks about rolling, Dope is already on the backside, and he already knows too that the point guard's coming to my direction. So just like that, he can forget about even having to step up too high on the left side. So if he ever sees the point guard moving to this right side right here, easy. He can just play the back. The big thinks to roll. It's not even there. I see he's moving to the right side, so I'm patching the backside up from the big man. Boom, just like that. I'm on the passing lanes. Leads to fast break as well. I mean, we didn't even have to set up too much offense in this game, and even when we did, like I said, the front back stuff, they just made it so easy on us to where we can just get the easy wide open 3-pointers off the screens, or if the big was hedging too high, then just like that, I'm gonna go ahead and just take my roll slips pretty much. And let's say they did play sides defense with this lineup, right? Let's say this like really big man on the backside who's around, I would like to think this guy's about 6'10", 6'11", something like that. If he were playing sides defense, the struggle of that with the height is that if this dude gets put in the ISO with Kitchen like that right there, he's just gonna bake him up every single time. I can go down low and just fight for the offensive rebound positioning, and the only option they have if they want to send help at him is to straight up double team from somewhere, whether it's the corner, the paint. If you give up the paint, that's a wide open 2, easy money. If you give up the 3, you're really at a lost cause because you're helping from 3 to, like, you know, try to help over at the other like 3-point spot as well. Anyway, my whole point with this is pretty much don't have a tall big man. That's pretty much the point. Now, granted, there are situations like this right here where the tall big man is giving them an advantage, where they were able to get a rebound on my head earlier. They were able to rebound on Dope twice right there, and he gets the O board, and they get a 3-point opportunity off of that. But flat out, the speed that they're lacking on this backside and the hesitance of like stepping up at all is just real bad. So you can see though, they're locking us up right here. I slipped down through because I know the big man's going to help out. If Kitchen wanted to pass that, he easily could have, but he didn't, and he just greens it anyway. Still 2 points either way. He had the mid-range, but you guys get the deal. Like, I'm doing my job, and that's what a lot of you bigs got to understand too. Do your job, slip when the time is right. This right here, I got way out of position on the sides. It was actually kind of ugly defense where I was really like, you know, I was supposed to have the left side. I worked over to the right as he moved to the right, and I should have like passed him off to Dope like I did right here. Boom, patch up the backside. I see he's not going to screen right there, so I'm staying on the backside and Dope is on the front. It's just beautiful defense, bro, and I love playing this side stuff. And like I said, a lot of people in this stage community, they see the lineup that we run where I have my 6'7" pure lock this game, right? Last year I had a 6'9" slash lock and I was playing the big man. People hate to see that mobility stuff on the backside, bro. They just call it invalid. They hate to see it because flat out it's better than the lineups that they run. Look at this. Like, the big is just not going to help out at all. Kitchen just bakes him up, gets the green off the you know, fadeaway right there. Boom, just like that. Dope gets the steal, passes out to Kitchen, bangs the white, and you know, that's just how this game works. But anyway, Kitchen goes 8 for 9. I'm 1 for 1. I didn't even have to do anything. And like I said, it's really a result of the front back defense. It's just flat out what's gonna happen when the big's not stepping up very much. Now, I gotta say, this is where the conversation comes into play as to which defense you should play. Play sides defense if they have an elite guard, but a big man that doesn't exactly seem like he knows what he's doing. Even if they do have an elite big man, it's still very safe to run sides sometimes, as long as you're playing against an elite guard who can get 3-pointers very easily. Because flat out, if you do play front back, what happened with this game with Kitchen right here is going to happen. He has 5 for 5 from 3 and 8 for 9 total. We had one situation where the dude was stepping up too high, and I took advantage of it just like that. So really, what I'm saying here is great communication amongst your 2 lockdown defenders with me and Dope, like we were doing, where we were patching up the backside while still making sure that they had no 3-pointers. Sides ran properly is elite, and I'm just trying to put y'all onto it as well. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this one to 2,000 likes in the first 24 hours. If you made it to the end of the video, put LA in the comments to show your support. I think what I'm gonna do with my description is I'm gonna put Kitchen, Dope, and AK, all in my description just by default. So if you ever want to check them out, they'll be in the description every single time. But anyway, other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed, and take it easy, man. Peace.